That is one of the easiest ways to build repeat and referral clients, is to showcase the stories. People connect with stories. Facts tell, stories sell. I'm going to break down mathematically exactly how to get to over 50 deals per year and how to become a top producing agent in 5 years. If you follow this proven process, this will ensure and guarantee that you become a top producing agent in 5 years. But not many people break down the math of what it actually looks like to build a scalable real estate business. And that's what I'm going to do here today. I'm actually going to pull up my screen and show you and walk you through the mathematics behind how to become a top producing agent and build a thriving multiple 6, even 7-figure per year GCI business, because this is the process that many people I know have used to do over $2 million in GCI as solo agents. And I'm even going to break down a way that you can do it without having to prospect. I'm going to break down a couple different options. You can choose the paid ads or prospecting, but I'm also going to break down all of the key fundamentals that you need to be mindful of when looking to do this, breaking down conversion rates and everything that you need to be made aware of in order to make sure that you can follow this process and become a top producing agent yourself. So without further ado, let's break down the math behind becoming a top producing successful real estate agent. What's up guys, my name is Mike Sherrard with eXp Realty. I train thousands of agents every year to scale their business the modern way, leveraging social media. And this is going to be an exciting video because not many people break down the math behind building a top producing scalable business. A lot of agents get into the monotonous routine of chasing the next deal or chasing the next year, but they're not looking at the data and the math behind what guarantees you see success in this industry. So what I'm going to do is pull up my screen here and walk you through a graph that's going to represent what you need to do in order to build a thriving multiple 6, even 7-figure per year real estate business. Okay, so we're going to break down the math behind this, and I want to take the most conservative approach humanly possible. We all know that the average person converts at 1 to 3% with their lead generation efforts. This could be number of conversations with cold calling, number of doors where you actually talk to people, or online leads that you've properly followed up with. I want to take the most conservative approach humanly possible and assume that you're going to convert at 1%. And this means after 100 phone calls where you actually talk to somebody and get contact information, doors that you knock where you actually have contact, or leads that you get that you have the right information, you're going to convert at 1%. This is bare minimum. So this is assuming the absolute worst case scenario, which means that every time you do 1%, this is going to lead to one deal every 100 conversations or 100 leads with actual information. So let's look at a couple things before we break down the online lead strategies, because this again will be true for prospecting. But if we're doing this based on the average numbers that we're seeing right now, average numbers are converting about $5 per lead with Google Ads and Facebook ads, which means that you would need to spend about $500 to get one transaction. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're getting 2 transactions per month on average. But the caveat to this is that yes, we want to do 24 deals in the first year. That might not be spread out evenly over the course of 12 months. Usually what happens is it takes a little bit of time to build momentum. You have to follow up. There's going to be spring season, selling season, different seasons in your business. But on average, you're probably going to sell more homes between April and September than you would some of the other months. But this is just, again, looking at the fact that yes, the average lead will convert after 7 touch points. We're going to make assumptions that you actually are following up and that you are using a CRM to do so, and making sure that you're in touch with your clients. So that means you need to spend about $1,000 per month in order to get 24 deals with proper follow-up in your first year. So that's great, and that's very possible. I've seen many people do it, and it can be done if you're consistently following up and making sure that you're following the proven process. But there's a couple other things that we need to be mindful of here, which is this is starting in year number 1. Now, we also know that the average buying cycle is about 5 years, which is why this is such a critical 5-year plan. But why this is so important to look at as well, the CRM aspect and the follow-up, is that you want to get repeat and referral clients. If we look at top producing agents, they always have 2 things going on, which is proactive and reactive. And these are going to be lead strategies. Proactive strategies are going to be prospecting or online leads, paid lead generation. Reactive is going to be reacting to either organic content or repeat and referral clients that are coming to you. What you'll notice here is that there's always a baseline of proactive approach year over year, where you're not taking the foot off the gas of actually acquiring new business. Where so many agents go wrong is they say, okay, I'm going to do 24 deals in my first year, and then I'm going to take the foot off the gas, and I'm not going to prospect. I'm not going to do online leads. I'm good. I'm just going to continue to scale. But that's not what you need to do. You always need to maintain that baseline, as we can see here, of doing those 24 deals year over year with the proactive strategies. But here's what happens is two very important things. Okay, so here's what happens year over year is usually about 25% of your clients year over year are going to become either repeat and referral. So yes, you've maintained the baseline of 24 deals from your proactive strategies, but okay, 25% of 24 is 6 deals. You're going to get 6 more deals out of repeat and referral. Well, now your baseline, and this goes back to compounding interest, now your baseline is 30. Well, now you've got 25% of 30 deals because you're going to get more repeat and referral, and you've got the baseline, which now brings you up to 37.5 deals or 38 deals if you round it up. Okay, well, now that increases the baseline, and if you properly nurture your clients using your CRM, but you're maintaining the baseline of your proactive strategies, well, now you've got 25% repeat and referral from 37.5 or 38 deals, which is 46 deals, and then so on and so forth, to the point where you can see that very clearly after 5 years, you're able to do over 50 deals per year every single year and growing, which is where you're usually going to bring in team members. But here's what this is not showing. It's the average buying cycle. Because what happens when you start to nurture your clients from year 1 is now you're going to see by year 5, they might be looking to make another move. So now you're not just operating at the 58 baseline, you've now got repeat clients starting to come to you, not just the 25% referral clients that are going to be referred to you. And this is the cycle that starts to build massive momentum. This is the same cycle used in, for example, the automotive industry, where they know that if you're on a 3-year lease, well, in 3 years from now, you're going to come back and you're going to buy another vehicle. So what happens? Every 3 years, they nurture you, and then you come back and you buy another vehicle, and then you buy another vehicle, and so on and so forth. And that's where they know that they're able to compound, they're able to get the repeat and referral throughout the 3 years. Then you're going to come back in 3 years, and now you're continually operating on an increased baseline year over year. So as you can see, this is the formula that people are using: a slow and steady, repeatable, consistent, and most importantly, predictable business model that people are using to build scalable real estate businesses, where they're not just flying by the seat of their pants, hoping to God that deals are going to fall out of the sky and wondering where their next deal is coming from. What they're doing is saying, okay, I'm going to choose Google Ads, and I'm going to spend $1,000 a month. I'm going to make sure that I'm properly following up, and that will guarantee me that I get my 24 deals per year. Well, now that you've got that baseline and you start to properly nurturing them using your CRM and proper drip campaigns, that's going to lead to this increased baseline of repeat and referral clients year over year, so that you're constantly scaling your business in a predictable way by making sure that you've got a proper foundation built off of it, so that you're always increasing that baseline of which you're operating. Now, a couple of the things that you want to be mindful of is also making sure that throughout this process, you're sharing your success stories with your clients on social media, because that is one of the easiest ways to build repeat and referral clients, is to showcase the stories. People connect with stories. Facts tell, stories sell. So whenever you do work with any of these clients, whenever they make a purchase or a sale, get a picture of them outside of the property, share it across all social media platforms, and write the story about them. Don't just write, hey, congrats to John and Sally for buying their next home or buying their first house or selling their beautiful home, but write the story about them so that people can emotionally connect to it. And once you start to do that, you're gonna have people start to be indoctrinated into your ecosystem, where they're gonna really feel the like, know, and trust factor and start to amplify these exact same results. Because once you start to introduce organic social strategies like the success stories, whether it be on YouTube or on other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, that's when you're going to start to drastically scale your business. So I just wanted to break this down very quickly for you so that you understand the repeatable process and the predictable process that people can use, looking at their numbers, looking at what it takes to actually convert leads, getting booked appointments, and making sure that you're able to build this thriving, successful business. But the key components to this is that the magic is in the FU or the follow-up, that you are using a proper CRM, and that you're constantly using strategies that fill the pipeline, but also nurturing the clients that you already have. Because my mentor always tells me, you cannot adopt new children until you feed the ones that you already have, which means you can't always be chasing the next deal, the next client, the next lead. That is, unless you're properly servicing the ones that you already have.